Now, at OSReviews.com, we have a very special retro review of the HP COMPAQ TC1100 series. This is one of the earliest tablet PCs to ever come out on the market, and even in today's standards, it's a very powerful tablet PC. This model in particular, we'll talk about that why in a second. When this came out, this product ranged in 2003 for around $2,500, which is very, very expensive. The version I have with today is it uses there's two versions. The TC1100 series either uses a Intel Celeron processor, or it uses the Intel Centrio M processor, which is a little bit faster than the Celeron processor, and it comes in 1 GHz, 1.1, or 1.20 GHz processors. This version is the we have today is the 1.20 GHz version, so it's the fastest model possible, and it also came out with half a gig of RAM, and it had a 40 gig hard drive inside. When it came out, it ran on Windows XP Tablet Edition because it is a tablet. And other editions would not work. We have already upgraded this to Vista, so we will take a look at how Vista looks like on this product, which is a lot interesting. Now, taking a first look at the hardware, though, we might as well explore it for one of the few times. It's interesting. It has a 10.4-inch TFT display with a typical resolution for computer screens, or 1080p and all that stuff. It's not very high resolution, but it's not your 800 by 480 resolution either. It's a typical one for computer screens that you see in monitors these days for Windows and stuff from back then. Now, for 2003, this is one of the most advanced pieces of hardware, and even today's standards, it has a lot of stuff underneath it. It has two USB 2.0 ports. It has a VGA connection port. It has Wi-Fi built right on in. It has Bluetooth built right on in. It has the Wacom stylus, wireless technology built right on in. All the touch interface, handwriting recognition, all the software, all the keyboard, removable CD drive, DVD drive, keyboard, just all this stuff built right on in into this touchscreen mini computer that even the battery life in today's standards lasts around 2 to 3 hours. So that's pretty impressive for web browsing, and it's got great speakers on here. So taking a look more closely, we do have these soft keys that can be launched by using the touchscreen pen. From the taking notes to the refresh. Under the door, we do have 2 USBs and this is a VGA port, as well as a modem port and a landline port to connect to those settings. And on the top, we do have the on-off switch, which is a physical switch. It's chrome edged to look pretty nice. We do have this the pen itself, the Wacom pen. It's tethered here, but it's a battery-less pen, so that's good. It also has this soft touch material as well as a button clicker. And in addition, we do have a few buttons from hibernation mode to tab, escape, and also a jog dial, which is a unique feature. There's some product information. You can also, there is a fan on here, but you can't really hear the noise in the processor, which is pretty good. It's one of the special features, so there's not too much noise, just like most tablets today. There's some microphone stuff. You want to connect some external ports. Although there is microphone, there is a sound chip, and there is everything built right on in. You can do that if you want to. Here's your dock connection ports, and on the back you've got your information. There's 2 props to stand the tablet up, and here you can even see how much battery is left without actually powering up the product. Now, connecting it to the dock is really easy. You can fold it just like this so that it sits onto the dock, or it props up so that you can actually type on it. It's a half-size keyboard. The keyboard is pretty easy to use. It's really lightweight. There's no battery in the keyboard. It just runs on the product itself. It's easy to type on it. Sometimes it moves a little bit because it's so thin, but there is a mouse on here that allows you to scroll around in a click pad. There is no touchpad, though. It's really slim, and it doesn't act too much bolt, which is pretty nice, and it comes included in the box. So let me just power this on, and I'll use the touchscreen and a lock in here, and you'll see that it's running Windows Vista, which is pretty nice. Everything else in terms of specs I've pretty much already given. Now, a lot of people are using Windows 7 these days, which is a great solution as well. But Windows 7, it does require you to have at least 1 or 2 gigs of the RAM, so you do need to expand that, but it's really easy to do because it's expandable by the manufacturer. HP and COMPAQ has said you can expand up to 2 gigs. So it is, even in today's standards, usable in terms of that. But just using Vista, you don't even have to do anything. Just take it right out of the box, and it still works fairly well, which is surprising. It connects to Wi-Fi really fast, and you can write handwriting stuff and take notes. It's not a touch screen, so in terms of being able to capacitate your finger touches or use resistive technology to do that. But it does tell you some tablet pen training tips. It tells you your processor here at 1.20 gigahertz. It uses the Wacom technology, so this is actually, for me personally, this is really unique because Wacom technology allows you to recognize how hard you're pressing the screen. So it's great for graphic artists. So I have a few applications here allow me to draw and doodle, where I actually can draw people on Sketch, and it shows up at the hardness or the lightness. And for handwriting recognition, it works a lot better than for, say, just like a passive or a resistive screen. It's a real deal here. It's made out of glass. The screen is pretty good. Surprisingly, there are no viewing angle issues at all, unlike some newer tablets in today's standards, like the Sonic G tablet. This is really nice. And you can definitely find this on eBay now for around $100, which is really inexpensive. With everything updated, like Windows Vista here, if you get the DVD drive by optical choice, it's going to cost you $250 now on eBay. It's an average, and it's been calculated by a lot of people. But it still is a great deal, I think, for something that can do so much. And you have to keep in mind this is a real computer. It's a real tablet. I've been warned by a lot of people, because some people think that, for example, the HP Slate 500 series, it runs on Windows 7. You can just do a lot more stuff with this because it's got a real spinning hard drive, and it's really quiet too, which is a nice feature. Alright, I'm rambling on clearly. I've already connected to Wi-Fi. Let's just close this up. As you can see, you can just use the mouse, but clicking it down, you actually have to press down for things to close. You can actually see the feedback of the little mouse that's going around, and pressing this takes out the handwriting recognition tool. And that's also something that's pretty nice. I still want to write on it. Let me see if I can do this again. If I do light, it's going to be really light. But if I do really hard, it's going to be really hard. So you can see the hardness and the lightness. It shows up all the sensitivity levels. This is around 5%. I'm not sure exactly on the sensitivity level of this Wacom pen that's included, but it does work well. And there's also the clicker button, so clicking that allows you to access a few clicking features when we're in Windows Explorer and some other stuff. But it says this is a test, and it allows you to insert stuff, and the handwriting recognition tool is very impressive. You can add sticky notes and do a lot of doodling too. But overall, I'm just going to show you that all the tablet features, or normal day computer features, because people do want to use this as a computer and browse the web, work really nicely as well. So overall, we were just really impressed with the HP COMPAQ TC1100 series. I was just introduced with this just the other day, and I found this to be a very nice computer because spec-wise, it's right on par with what's popular now in terms of 1.2 gigahertz processors and RAM, and the removable keyboards and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, even though it came out in 2003. And by 2013, we're talking about it's almost 10 years old, and this computer is still, like, doing it. So it's like, it's very interesting because in 10 years, especially in technology years, this tablet should be dead, like stone dead, but it is not, and that is something that's really interesting, and I'm really impressed in general. You can also launch these, apps if you press them. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to Google Chrome right now. You do need to make sure that you have to wait a little bit after boot up, but after you boot it completely up, it works fine. I've played a few YouTube videos. It works just nicely, brilliantly, and you also have pen gestures, of course, with Vista, where you can just slide up and down and left and right to pen flicks that actually work well because you have actual pen on this case. Let's just close it up, and let's just search on something. For example, if you want to go to just YouTube, and when we type that up, usually this comes up, but if you don't want to, you can just use this and pop it up from the side. So we want to go to YouTube. YouTube.com. I want to do that, and I want to go. I will close this. I will go to YouTube, and that was pretty fast with the search engine. Well, this is not the YouTube I'm looking for, I guess. This was... I'm not sure what I just clicked on, but that was interesting. But as you can see, everything is working in terms of just web browsing and Google searching. It's pretty fast in general. Bluetooth is on the side. You can see Bluetooth down below. Let's take you on a tour of, there's of course voice recognition if you want to do that. But there's sticky notes, which is fun, so you can do some doodling on. There's your full word suits and your a lot of stuff in general. Let's just start sticky notes because this is mainly a drawing tablet. To show you what most people will use this as, just for recording voice and for drawing, like alright, and now let's record a voice. Where's that? Let's wait for a second for the voice. This is a test of the HP TC1100 series tablet computer. Turn up the volume. The volume is on 20, but we want to turn it up. Let's play it one more time. So there you go. That's also sound working as well. So this is a very, very interesting tablet computer that I think that I really enjoy. It's very different from the other tablet computers we see on the market for many reasons. One of them being especially the Wacom pen, because it allows for so much more options than just using a fixed one sensitivity level touchscreen. It's very interesting. It might not be as functional, for playing games and apps. If you're looking for something like to play a lot of games on, a multitouch like Angry Birds, that's just not going to be tablet for you. But for a lot of productivity, a lot for drawing, for artists, this is like probably the tablet to get. So thanks for watching here at osandvtxreviews.com. Check out our full review on the HP COMPAQ TC1100 series on our website. Thanks.